Alright, how's it going, guys? So, last time we were here, we made aluminum. Now, we got to get something done with the CO2 that comes off of this, which we're going to be electrolyzing. But today, I want to get a couple filters made, so we're going to do a cluster mill and a lathe. And I made a big mistake, I do believe, and I went through all of my gems I had, and I got rid of all of the less than good normal pieces. So therefore, I have to cut up a diamond, unfortunately. Because the lathe needs this tiny crystalline diamond, and I could have used a chipped diamond and a saw to make 2 of them, but instead I have to use a regular diamond and a saw and get 8 of them, which are going to do me no damn good. If I did it in the cutter, which we don't have the ability to do, I'd get a tiny pile of diamond dust back, but not real worried about it. Alright, so there is our tiny crystalline diamond. So if you go down low and get chipped, or even flawed can be hammered that way. Don't throw it away. Oh, we need a screwdriver, not a wrench for this one. Wait a minute, don't I have a screwdriver in here? Yes, I do. Alright, so there is our lathe. And now these I can probably just throw in to be shredded down, but for now we'll hold on to them. Alright, so now we're going to make the cluster mill, which actually needs a reinforced machine casing and then a bunch of gears. So this takes way more bronze than the other. We actually got to take these over here because I haven't got them done yet. So I made doubles. I need quadruples. So like this. Wrench in the middle. That gives us our reinforced. And then we need the big gear. We need little gears. And that gives us our cluster mill. So now, since these are the first 2 we've actually set up for these types of machines, I know we've done mixers, but the lathe is the bottom, cluster mill is the back, and this can do basically any metal. So lathe goes in the bottom, and then we want the cluster mill actually here. There we go. That's the main 2 we need. We are going to also have a plate bender and a wire mill soon. So basically for bending machines, we have the roll bender. We have the wire mill. These are all basically the same family of machines. They're all rolling something into something else. And we have the plate bender, which should be... Oh, wait a minute. Got mill. No, that's cluster mill, wire mill. There's a, there we go, rolling mill, a roll bender, and a roll former. The roll former is used for rails. The roll bender is used for curving things. So rods to rings, plates to curve plates. You don't have to hammer them out on an anvil. And then the rolling mill is what you use for making your plates, which you can even do curved ones back to regular ones. You can do quadruples to quadruples, things like that. You can even do reinforce in here as well. So we'll definitely be making one of these soon, just not today. Alright, and most of them will go on the back. There's only a couple of them that go underneath or on top. Alright, so we're going to do this along here because we don't have any fluids on these, so there's nothing that goes in the top. So we're just going to run it out like that, and then we don't want that there. We're actually going to have it go in here, and this will be for our ethanol right now. I want to cut that off for just a moment, and then we're going to connect that, and we also need to clear the bottom for the CO2. We are going to do a lot of piping when we get our electrolyzer done for CO2, because we're going to be capturing all of this so we can get oxygen and carbon from all of our burnt fuels. Alright, so first thing we want to do is we're going to make some zinc plates, because we need to put those in the cluster mill, because we need to make zinc foil, and we should have a bolt mold. There it is. So we just got to wait on this to get done, and we get from one dust we should get 8 bolts, if I'm remembering the numbers correctly. Where in the hell is... There's the extruder. So 1 bolt is 1/8 of a dust. So yeah, we'll have 1 bolt left. So we're gonna do that one as a bolt, and then we're gonna do these as plates as well. So we'll get those thrown in there, and I'll let all of this get ran and be right back with you. Alright, so the zinc just got done, the aluminum's going in now, and it's getting turned into plates. As soon as that one goes in, then we can throw that in, and we are done. So throw this back up there. We can grab all but one of our bolts, our plates, and we want the zinc plates. Grab us 4 chests, which we're going to do 1 on each here. Now these are going to go really quick, so all I'm going to do is see, done already. There's our 7 aluminum screws and our 7/1/72, so way cheaper doing it that way. And now for our zinc plates, which these go nice and quick as well. Go ahead and shut that off. So now what we need to do is we need to take a plate and screw, and I never remember the way these go. It's one of these two ways. I swear it is. I never can remember though. Screw plate, screwdriver, hammer. Okay, so screws here. There we go. Alright, so there is our first covers. And I guess while we're here, we can now go to Machine Age, which we have gotten our lathe. So we can get our cookie for that. And we can get our cluster mill and a cookie for that. So yeah, here's the other ones. There's the cutting machine, which we'll be making, loom, and then here's the benders I was talking about that we'll be making, and then there's a debarker as well. So we'll be working on all of these over the next little bit and talking about them when we get there. So now, cover it. We need one blank cover, which I actually have to take out of the table. Good thing I checked that, huh? Alright, so there is that. And then item filter and fluid filter, they're exactly the same way, or exactly the same recipe. You just do, did I not grab the, yeah, give me that. So they're exactly the same ingredients. It just depends on where you put the foil. So if it's like that, it's an item filter. And if it's on the corners, it's a fluid filter. And today we need 2 of these. And then we'll go ahead and make 1 of those. And that will get both of these quests done. Oh, that wants me to hold up. Come on, do your thing. Thank you. Now, did he really have those different? There's no cookie for this one either. He needs to fix my cookie. You owe me a cookie. But yeah, this one just wants the item filter. And this one wants all the shit. Why does this one want all the shit and the other one not? Also, if you do not want to make pincers, you can now make a heat suit. They just take aluminum foil, which you can make in the cluster mill. I'm not real worried about it, so I'm not going to bother at the moment. But I will make one eventually. But today we are going to finally get our ethanol and distilled water sorted out over here. Now that we have our filters, and we can also do the same thing for the latex and the glue. But if we look at this here, there is nothing in the pipe, but we do not need to have 2 of them now, because we can take this fluid filter, we can put it on the bottom, smack the drum in that direction, and now if we hit this, it says bioethanol. So if we put that there, even if it was empty, that's all that could go in there. And then we can do this one here, and we need to get a tank for that, which I don't have a tank available. currently, but I do have measuring pot, and it will work just as well. I do actually have the tank over there, but we now have distilled water in our measuring pot. Click that on there. Open that up. Now I'll have to get a funnel to put this back in there. But now we can run our distilled water pipe, which, if I remember correctly, this was distilled water as well, right? Or is that regular water? Oh no, this was wet concrete that came out of there and ran through there. That's right. So we're going to have to run a separate one that'll come off of there and then go over to our tank. And that way, whenever we make more ethanol, our distilled water will go in the tank. So what I will probably do is cut these out, make them into quads, because we needed there was a lot of wet concrete that came through there, which, here, let me show you this real quick in case you, we'll use a nanovolt for the moment. So you can also use these if you don't want something else going in the pipe. So if I put this here and we cut these out of here, so now that's connected right there, and we're going to have, we'll say this go in, we'll do it here on the back. So we can do it like this. It'll also keep, distilled water will be the only thing that can go in this pipe, and wet cement's the only thing that can go in that pipe. So it's not a one-way filter. It'll actually work in both directions. Something I hated about the GT5 ones, I just made another item one, was that you had to worry about what side you put the filter on. You do not have to worry about that here. You just stick the damn thing on and it will work in both directions. And for this one, I don't have any wet concrete. So what I can do is I can use my screwdriver and tell that to blacklist, and then I can just put distilled water there, distilled water there, and now this one will allow distilled water through, and this one will not allow distilled water through. So the cement will still be able to go through it without any issues. The distilled water will be able to go in this one, and then we can run this pipe over and have it input into here for the wet concrete and our tank for the distilled water. And we need to do that here as well. I'm going to take all of these out. They are empty, so we'll basically cut the pipe right here, put a filter on. This should be empty. Yeah. So we'll just cut this pipe out here, save ourselves a whole lot of rubber. And let's go ahead and go make another one real quick. We're also going to do this for our acids. There's going to be a lot of these filters made. This is going to, the next live stream we do is going to be making the electrolyzer and going around and doing a whole lot of filtering, because I use these a bunch. So we have our latex and glue coming across here, which I will change this a bit, but if we put that there, then we can tell it only glue, which I have a glue bottle. It doesn't matter what the container is, as long as that container holds the liquid you want, you can use it. So jugs, drums, vials, bottles, it doesn't matter. Click it. Now that says glue can go through there. So I can run this right back over across here. Disconnect, all of that out there because it's not going to be needed. And run this. Get rid of that. So I'll continue to change this over. This is going to save us a lot of rubber pipes, because now we can take every last one of these out of here and just put in one single small pipe instead of 9 of them, all the way over to our tank. I just take out the wrong pipe. I did. I just took out our oxygen pipe. I was wondering why I was doing that. Yeah, that's the one thing about using those big ones. So I think that's right now. Yes. So that was the large one. And then this is the small one. Good thing there wasn't a lot of oxygen in there. There's only some because I'm using the centrifuge to get us more of the molybdenum done from wolfenite. We had a whole bunch of it get ran through the other day, so I've got these turned back on and centrifuging our wolfenite, which is almost done, getting us more lead, more molybdenum, and that way we can make some more of our ultimate, which, how are we doing? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that glue ran pretty soon. But yeah, over here we have ultimate, butt tons of ultimate. And I'm going to go ahead and make the plate bender in the next one. I always call it a plate bender. The rolling mill, the one that's used to make plates. I'm going to make that one next in the next stream, so we can turn all of those ingots into plates, because we still can't have a better extruder yet. Because to get the Invar extruder, we need tungsten carbide, which tungsten is our next major project. We have some minor things that have to be done before then, but that is our next major goal, is getting tungsten done. But yeah, that's it. Filters are pretty easy and very nice. If you have a lot of things that need filtered, you can make the filter blocks. They basically hold a double chest worth of stuff. There's one for items. There's one for fluids. And I've got a video for them if you want to see what the GUI of them looks like and how to. I'll post a thing up here in the corner because I really don't use these very often. What I use is the OR dictionary prefixes filter, which we'll be using a few of these very soon for our OR processing stuff. So we'll get into it then. And then you also have the items and fluid that can do both. And I will explain the OR dictionary one when we actually set that up. But for most things, you don't need the bigger filter unless you're trying to filter like an entire project's worth of stuff to one place. Most of the time you can just get away with the cover because you only need one or two items. Oh, where in the hell that zombie is? That's a witch. Screw that. We'll stay over here. But anyways, that is it for today. We got our lathe and our cluster mill done and messed around with some filtering, which, like I said, we're going to be doing a whole lot more of in the next live stream, which will probably be Friday in lieu of a video. Starting about 10 o'clock, same as the video would come out. And we'll get a whole lot of work done around here then. So have a good one, and I will see you next time